It has been a record summer as far as heat is concerned. So in this video, we're going to share with you some tips on how to stay cool inside of an RV when it's hot outside, so stay tuned.
We are Charity, Ben, Dakota, and Trinity. We decided we didn't want to wait for a life of adventure. So in 2017, we bought our first RV and set off to live a life of travel in the USA. We've visited over 38 states in 3 years and have many more to go. Follow along to learn all the best places to see, RV and travel tips, and much more.
Welcome back to Grateful Glamper. We have called our channel Grateful Glamper because we believe in being grateful for what we have and practicing gratitude. So we invite you today to pick one thing you're thankful for and then maybe even drop it in the comment below what that one thing is for you. Before we get too much further into the video today on keeping cool, we do want to give a huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. Your support month in and month out has really made a world of difference and has freed up our time to keep bringing great videos like this to all of you out there. So thank you to those of you that have become Grateful Glamper Insiders over on Patreon. If you want to check that out, I will drop a link below where you can check out what it would look like to become a Grateful Glamper Insider as well. So kind of funny story about this summer and traveling. So we have made our home base here in the state of Florida. And like most people in Florida that are called sweatbirds do, they leave in the summer to escape the heat and then come back in the winter, kind of the reverse of the whole snowbird thing. So go figure this. We left Florida this year to escape some of the summer heat, but also to just see new sights and new faces and places. But it actually ended up being more hot, more days in these cold weather states than it did in the state of Florida this year. 100 degrees plus in places like Colorado and Wyoming and South Dakota, which was just crazy and also very unexpected for us. So we were definitely looking for ways to be able to keep the inside of this cool, because RVs are notoriously not insulated well for extreme temperature changes. So we definitely had a chance to check out what was going to work and what wasn't going to work to help keep this cool. And we're going to share those tips with you. Plus, a little later in this video, we're going to share with you a great way that we found to be able to run both of our air conditioners on just 30 amp service. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. So tip number one, try to park facing the right direction if you can. Now, we know that you can't always choose what direction your RV is going to face in a particular campground, but if you have the choice, try to park in a way that you're not going to get the heaviest sun in the wrong place. So for us, it looks like this. We have a Class A motorhome, and the biggest area that we're gonna get sun is our big, huge windshield, which we love that big, huge windshield for travel days and to be able to see out of, but when you're trying to keep the sun off, can be a little problematic. So if we can park facing north, that is the best option to keep that heavy sun out of the windshield, and it just helps keep the inside of the RV cooler. Tip number two, use Reflectix, or what you basically call that aluminum foil coated bubble wrap sort of stuff in the windows. Being able to put that in the windows, especially for us in our windshield, really helps keep that heat out. So we always use Reflectix, especially on the windows where we know we're gonna take the brunt of the sun, and it really just helps to block off that heat. Tip number three, Use your awnings for shade, and even use some solar shade material if you can on the opposite side of your RV if maybe you don't have awnings on that opposite side. It is crazy how much just a little bit of shade on the side of the RV can really make a huge difference as to how much heat that you feel in the RV. So make use of those awnings if it's weather permitting and it's not too windy or rainy. Tip number 4, make sure that your AC vent filters are clean and that you've got decent airflow. Making sure that you don't have dust or anything that is going to inhibit those AC units from bringing in air is of course going to mean that you don't have any sort of blockages when it comes to the AC pushing out the cool air. So changing out those filters or washing out those filters if you need to is a great way to make sure that your AC is at peak efficiency. Tip number 5, make sure that your AC maintenance is up to date. So every once in a while, you need to get up on your roof and pull those covers off the AC unit and just make sure everything up there is clean. Again, this helps with efficiency. And so you need every single bit of efficiency available to you when you're trying to keep that rig cool, especially on those 100-degree-plus days. Tip number 6. Now this also has to do with Reflectix, but this is a little hack that I've not seen anybody else do yet. So if you've done this, you'll have to let us know in the comments below. But what we've actually done is we have put Reflectix in the skylight of our shower. So what we have is we have Velcro command strips that we've put onto the Reflectix, and then those Velcro command strips that are on the skylight, and we actually cover the skylight with that Reflectix on hot days, which is super, super helpful to keep the heat out. And here's a little bonus. We like it really super dark when we sleep at night, so it actually helps to block out any ambient light that would come in at night too, so it serves a dual purpose. Tip number 7, cook outside if you can, or use an induction type stovetop. You would be surprised how much heat that even the convection part of the microwave puts out when we're trying to cook inside the RV. And anytime you're putting extra heat into your RV, you are just fighting an uphill battle when it comes to trying to keep the inside cool. So using some sort of a propane griddle or grill outside is best, or you can use an induction cooktop inside, which doesn't put out much heat into the outside air. Tip number 8. You can insulate the inside of your cabinets with that silver Reflectix material. Now, this doesn't help as far as trying to reflect the sun or anything because it's in an area that's not a window. But what it does is it actually does act as insulation. As we talked about, these things aren't insulated very well. So any type of additional insulation that you can add can really help when it comes to trying to keep the temperature inside of the RV either warm or cool. Tip number 9, switch your hot water heater over to the propane mode. What this basically does is it frees up any available electricity to be dedicated to the ACs. Now, this is something you would probably do in more of an extreme type circumstance where those ACs are really working hard and they just need every single bit of available power. But setting it over to the propane can just give it that extra boost when it's trying to work overtime to keep your RV interior cool. Now, we told you a little earlier in the video that we were going to share how we run both of our ACs when hooked up to only 30 amp service. And this is super exciting for us for multiple reasons, but one of those reasons being that if you need to stay at a campground that only has 30 amp service. So case in point, if you're maybe say 1,000 Trails member, 50 amp service is not always guaranteed at the campsites, but 30 amp is. So if you're planning on coming down to Florida for the winter and using the Thousand Trails system, you may or may not have a 50 amp hookup. The other thing that we found out through the majority of the summer is a lot of the city parks or the county parks that we like to use only have a 30 amp hookup available. No problem. What we have is called the Soft Start RV. And what these are essentially a type of capacitor that you install into the rooftop units of your AC. Now, the way that it works is when that AC compressor kicks in, it traditionally causes a very large spike in the electric, and then that spike comes back down, and that's where you need the extra amperage to be able to not blow a breaker or something like that when those ACs kick over. We talked about this more in a video we did specifically on installing the Soft Start RVs, and we'll put a link above to that video where you can learn more about how that it works. But it has enabled us to be able to run both of our AC units on only 30 amp, and we've been able to run our front AC unit when just plugged into standard household power while mooch docking, which has made a huge difference for us this summer in being able to stay nice and cool, even when we've had a limited power supply. So we do have a discount for our viewers on the Soft Start RVs, and it'll be at the link below. You'll save 30 bucks, get free shipping, and that's actually cheaper than you're gonna find it on Amazon. So make sure that you check that out at the link below to save some coin. So we want to thank Progressive for sponsoring today's video. Progressive has some great insurance options for RVers, including roadside assistance, roof coverage, pet coverage, and more. We've had great experiences using Progressive for our insurance, and we're super happy to be able to partner with them for this video. You can get a free quote at the link below, and we always encourage you to shop your insurance at least once a year. So if you've not compared rates in a while, that would probably be a good time to do that, and you can get a free quote from Progressive at the link below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you got anything out of it at all, please hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos with RV tips, tricks, hacks, check those out right over here. And if you would like to see more videos about fun places to travel and places you want to put on your travel bucket list, check those out right over here. Until next time, we'll see you on the road.